So good afternoon everyone. Welcome to our pre-match press conference ahead of our 7th ISL 2023 game against NorthEast United FC. So today we have our head coach Carlos Cuadrat and player PB Vishnu to take your questions. So one small request, just keep your phones on silent mode and introduce yourselves before asking. So we'll begin with Vishnu.
Hello coach, good afternoon. Coach, after four defeats, your team faced four defeats in ISL. So what is your how you are regrouping your team?
Are you sure we have four defeats?
Three defeats.
Please.
Not four.
Every point cost us a lot. Please respect the points that we get. You are right that we have not get one victory in the last four games. This is true. So it's a thing that we are not happy, of course, and that we have to take advantage of the next two games to try to get points at home. In 1 week, we have the opportunity to be here next Sunday with 6 more points, and it makes a big difference. Because if you see the qualification table, we are in the middle of a lot of teams that they already have played 8 games, and we have played 6 games. So it means that if you play these 2 games and you get points, it's an interesting job to do. But it's in our hands. I mean, we have a challenge. We have a challenge of 2 games in 6 days. So let's get points in these 2 games, and then I think that next Sunday we can be more optimistic about the future of the club.
How you are motivating your players? I mean, after three defeats is not so easy to take. No? So how you are motivating your players?
We have a lunch this week together. We made a lunch this week all together as a part of the motivation. There is a lot of things that you do to motivate, a lot of things. In the trainings, you do games, you do challenge. Vishnu, what was the result? In the challenge, you have to pay a drink to somebody or not? Or they pay to you?
Yeah, of course.
No, tell me. You pay or they pay to you?
Pay.
Okay, so he was losing the challenge. What I mean is, of course, that there is a lot of work behind in a professional club, and everybody is trying to do their best. But again, we have to be the first to realize the situation, and of course that we were expecting different results in the last games. So it still is early in the competition. It's still only 6 games that we have played. So it's time for all of us to give results, to show the good things that we are doing in the trainings, the motivation, things that we are doing, the psychological aspects that we're working, the physical aspects that we're working, that everything goes together to get the result.
Okay, Munal, coach here. Munal from Article Minister. Coach, one thing is that as you just mentioned that maybe that you are trying to motivate your players like in the psychologically more motivated. But one thing is that as it seems like that, and you mentioned earlier also that match is not over by 90 minutes, maybe going for another 5 or 7 minutes, and you capitalized on that before when you played in the Durand Cup. But now it happens against you actually, that you are going ahead, but conceding once again that kind of time, short minutes actually. So where lies the problem? You think that they are losing concentration, or there is something that they are actually...
No. It's football. It's a game of dynamics. When you are in the good dynamic, it's more easy that things work well for you. You know, I think that one example, for example, is Goa. No, they are in a positive dynamic. Goa, they are getting results, and they were lucky that against Jadpur, the referee disallowed a goal in offside. That it was 1-1, so they are losing 2 points. So what I mean is that sometimes when you are in a good dynamic, everything looks that it's going well for you. And when you are in a bad dynamic, then it looks that everything is against you. But it's our job to change the dynamic. As I told to the players, as I told to everybody, after 3 defeats, it was very important to change it, to change that dynamic. And I think that we did a game on Chennai to get the points. And finally we get only 1 point, but at least it was a break of dynamic, because finally we get 1 point in our table after some weeks that we didn't get not even 1 point. So for me it's the starting of another moment, and let's see if we are able to change that dynamic and to start to the winning days again. If you see, so far we have been playing 12 official games until now, 12 in total, Durand Cup and Indian Super League. And until now it's like 8 games that we have get points and 4 games that we have lost. So it means that we have been winning 5 games, we have been drawing 3 games, we have been losing 4 games. If you see, it's not bad numbers, it's numbers, you know, like, okay, you are getting points in 2 games every 3 games. But at the end it's true that what is happening is that in a concrete period, that it's the last 4 games, we only have got that draw in Chennai. So, okay, I am a very positive person. I know all the work that is behind. So now is the moment to get that point, and from that point to build again the momentum that we were having during the Durand Cup. We were in a nice momentum, things were going well for us. We get the opportunity to play penalties against NorthEast United because of all in the added time. So yeah, it's time for us, you know, to try to be positive and try to look for that kind of momentums.
Coach. Till now I remember in first press conference you told us that in league table will not be the like last year. And though you have faced 3 defeats, but I think that you are in good position according to the table. If you win next match, do you think that you have a chance to enter in the first 6?
I see the table and I see the performance of the teams, and I think that we are a very competitive team. If you see, we are not far away in points of the 6th position, and there is a long league to play. So this is my message to the supporters, to the players, to everybody, that there is a lot of points to fight, and we are close to that positions. What we have to try is to get that positive dynamic, to get the points that now we are losing when we almost have them. Last game we almost have 3 points in our hand, and one unforced mistake led 2 points out of our back. You know? So it's that kind of message to keep fighting, to not allow ourselves to lose cheap points, because if we get all the points that we have been losing because we didn't control the game, now we should be in a very different position in the table.
Coach, unforced error makes you a heavy cost for your team. Have you discussed with the players in their advantage position? They are doing a silly mistakes, and sometimes team lost the match, or sometimes they lose their total point. So what's your take on it?
Of course, there is a lot of talking with players, of course. There is a lot of video analysis, there is a lot of talking, so they know at the end we are in a job that we have to develop results. There is no question. Me as a coach have to develop results, and players as players have to develop results, otherwise they are in the bench or they are going to finish contracts. So it's so easy like this. I think that in general, in football, there is a small difference that make things in one direction or in the other direction, and it's happening also here in India. I think that if you see the results, for example, of Jamshedpur or Hyderabad, they are losing the games only by 1 goal difference. and it means that there is a lot of work behind, because one more goal difference, it means that you are not giving away the match, you are fighting for the game until the end, you know. So it's then it's the players that make the difference, scoring the chances, opportunities, being strong in defense, reading the moments of the game. So it's the same for us. If you see our results until now, always have been very, very tight games. 1-1, 1-2, 2-1, 0-0. So it means that that kind of games, if you manage the things in certain way, you get 3 points or you get 1 point. When you don't get any point, means that you have been, you know, not doing the things in the way that you should do to get something from the match. When it's so narrow. So they know that, and we are working a lot in finishings, in the trainings, trying to score goals with attack situations, trying to defend compact and try to avoid chances. So it's the way it works, professional football, but it happens in India, it happens in Europe, it happens in any place, that the players finally make the difference. What is clear is that we are a team that we are not conceding a lot of chances. The other teams against us have a very few number of chances, so it means that we're working well in defense. And it's true that we have created chances, but our percentage scoring is not high. So it means that it's becoming difficult for us to concrete in goal the arrivals that we are having. But players have to keep working on that and have to try to improve that kind of numbers.
Coach here, you have just spoken about the Duran Cup spirit, and you want to, you know, gain the kind of momentum that you have had during that tournament. Now, soon after the Duran Cup, what has actually happened to your team? I mean, you have been on a roll during that tournament, and suddenly, you know, it's not up to the mark at all. So, what kind of things, you know, do you think have gone through your team?
That after Duran Cup, we get 4 points from 6, playing here at home against Jamshedpur and Hyderabad, and I think that we were doing good games. So after Duran Cup, nothing changed. We keep in a good dynamic. Then we traveled to Bengaluru, and in Bengaluru we were the best team, but we didn't get the results. And after that, I think that we start like a moment about to have doubts about all the effort that is behind, all the tactical ideas, all the work. We are struggling to get a point because it was a game for us. There is one sentence that we coaches say. I have listened it this season already from some coaches in Indian Super League. That it's like, well, it was not a good game from our part, but it's important for the club to get at least points, even if it's not a good game. No, it has been happening already this season for some teams, and I'm totally agree. There is some days that things are not going well, but at least you get 1 point or you get the 3 points. For us, it has not been happening like this. It has been happening that every single point has cost us a lot of effort, a lot of things happening in the game. So it's obvious that we need that mental strength to get the points, even if the things are not going in the good way for us. And we have a lot of clear examples during that season that mental strength have been required. So this is my message to the players. We are in a club that we have the never say die attitude, and we have to show that in the pitch. We have to express that, and it means that we have to fight for the points until the last moment. If you remember, we were really unfortunate last match here at home that we have the opportunity to get 1 point and we're missing 2 penalties in a row. So yeah, of course, it was a difficult moment to manage. But even like this, we finally score a third penalty. So it's what I mean. We have to go until the last whistle of the referee. We have to show that we give everything for our t-shirt, for our logo. So that's a clear message. Things have changed from Durand Cup because of that try to say something to get an explanation. Maybe that loss of confidence in get the points, but as a player, as a team, me as a coach, we have to do that, and we have to start to get the points without excuses. The work is there for the points, so we have to get the points.
That never say die attitude that you have just mentioned could best be exemplified in your match against Northeast in the Durand Cup. 2-0 down and then 2-2, then you won the game. So what kind of challenges you were expecting from them now? I mean for tomorrow's match.
Yeah, I think that they are a team that they feel in a positive moment because they have very bad results last season and now they are getting some results. You can see that there is a change in the team. So it's going to be difficult. They have good foreigners that make difference, and it's going to be a difficult team to beat. But the same for us. I can see. I saw the games of the last season for East Bengal, and for me it's very obvious the change of way of play, the change of mentality, the change of things that are happening in the pitch. But it's true that for some teams it looks like a big change, and for us I can listen critics and I can listen people don't believe it. For me it's not a problem. It's us that we have to show to the people that they have to believe. So it's our work. We have now 2 games to say everybody that we are here and we want to be competitive for the season.
Okay, one question for Vishnu before we move ahead. So Vishnu, this season you have made the big leap, playing for a big club like East Bengal, also your ISL debut this season. So if you can tell us how much you have learned as a youngster and grown at this club, and also about the kind of support and the kind of guidance that you have been getting.
I feel. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I feel very happy, but it's a dream moment for me. Every Indian football players are dream for playing for number 1 league. It's my dream for playing ISL. Thanks to coach give me the opportunity and trust me. Lot of matters and learning and lot of working to the I'll tell I'm learning some lot of matters and give me the opportunity for coach. Thanks, and we focus on next match tomorrow. We'll get the 3 points. That's
Thank you.
Hi coach, what is your concern right now? Is it finishing? Is it creation of chances, or is it conceding goal from own position? Keeping in the mind that Northeast is playing counter-press football and they are very fast. So what's your concern is right now the most?
No, we have to keep working to get the points. The concern is to get points. It's a competition that already we have missed some points that we shouldn't. So it's about to be efficient and get the points.
Okay, Munal. Yes.
Coach, that as you have just mentioned earlier also that you have to be in the dynamics what you have thinking. But one thing is that if you score more, the winning of chances becomes more. Obviously it will become. So as you have given chance to Vishnu from that junior team, if it's not junior, a bit of junior, but would you like to take somebody else also, because many of them we saw in the Calcutta Football League, they performed much better, scored much goals. So like the other teams, I'm not taking any names of club, something like other teams, would you like to put or inject somebody else also to lessen the pressure of some of your foreigners or the senior players who may not or may one day may not perform good?
I have been watching all the games in the Calcutta League, so I really know very well. And I also was watching all the games in Bangalore B team when I was there in Bangalore, so I really know very well the Indian football. It's a crazy jump. The jump from Calcutta League to Indian Super League, it's just crazy. And Bisno is a great talent, and we are taking care of him. We are trying to give him the opportunities in the right way. But as you see, I have to substitute him the other day because he has cramps very early in the game. So we have to be realistic. We cannot build a top player from like this, you know. It takes time. It takes time. It takes a lot of sessions, a lot of trainings, a lot of information, a lot of videos. So logically, I am here for the next 2 years, and I am with my plans in my mind. But of course, it's going always to be more easy for a player that is in the developmental age that for a player that is already at some age, because it's normal. You are thinking for the future to give the right guidance to players that can be good for the club in a specific moment. But you cannot pretend that you use players from Calcutta League and in 1 month you get results in Indian Super League. You have to be realistic. It's my job. I have to be taking care in Bengaluru of players like Suresh, like Roshan, like Bhutia, and they have been, you know, step by step becoming professionals. But it takes the time. It takes some time, and of course, if you put under pressure in a big game 2, 3, 4 young players, it's normal that they get stressed and they get not the right performance, and maybe you can kill the career of that player for the future because he has one opportunity and that opportunity is not working well for him, you know. So I think that in general, everybody should respect the work of the professionals that we have been here. For me, since I was a kid, you know, playing football and coaching, so I know. I come from Barcelona. We protect young players because there is a lot of names that they could be the next Messi, but nothing was happening because of the special exposure, you know, of the stress. So we have to understand. And of course, we're talking about Calcutta League. We could talk a lot about a lot of things that happen in football India that me being here after so many years, from 2016, I see that there is a lot of improvements in some aspects, but in other ones, it's sad, but nothing is happening. I'm tell that because I know that this week it was not possible to play the game in Calcutta League between Mohun Bagan and East Bengal. I'm not pointing anybody. I don't know really the situation, but what is no question, is that for a player of the B team, is a great learning moment to play a big game against a player of Mohun Bagan B team. So that kind of games should happen. We, in our Spanish culture, when we are kids, the clubs always try to play Barça against Espanyol, Barça against Real Madrid, because it's a learning. It's 90 minutes that it's like 3 months training, you know? And we're missing a lot of good schedules that led the young players to have that kind of opportunities. The jump between Calcutta League and Indian Super League it's a huge jump.
So another thing is
We'll take just one more question.
No, I just want to add on that thing actually that in and out from always from your team to the Indian team and some part of also injury also, that affects your team's performance for that because the players are playing in one style in your match and they are playing in another style in Indian team. So that affects your team's performance. You think so that?
He's trying to say sometimes players are going to the B team, playing there in a certain way and coming and playing in a certain way. Does it affect?
No, Indian team.
Indian
National team. No, not B team, national team playing for a national team, going your players in and out, and so they are playing in a one style in your team.
Come on.
Now-
Let's be realistic.
I mean,
Let's be realistic.
Different style of
Yeah. But one minute of Lunga playing against Qatar is going to change something in the way he's playing. Mahesh in one side or the other side is going to have a big impact. Come on. Come on. We were managing a schedule between Indian national team and the club that it's totally compatible and there is no problem with that.
No, coach. I think he wanted to mean that your playing style and Igor's playing style is totally different. Your streamer. So if a player,
I told you. Lunga play 1 minute. It's going to change something in the behavior tactically of Lunga.
Okay, so thank you everybody.
No, we have everybody well. Yeah, everybody ready. Both are ready. Yes.
Thank you everyone. Thank you coach. Thank you Vishnu.
everyone
Thank
is
you.
ready.